Hi, my name is Assaf Kehati. I'm a jazz guitarist and composer, and I'm here today to make you a better jazz guitarist and composer. So as you already noticed by my previous videos, it's not only for jazz guitarists and composers. I just like to say it because I'm a jazz guitarist and composer and it sounds great. But basically, most of my videos are, or many of my videos are for any musician, whether it's jazz or not jazz, whether they are guitar players and composer, or they're playing trombone, or they're singers. So anyway, anybody else can watch this video as well. So today we're going to talk about how to find and develop your own unique musical voice. Okay? A lot of people have been asking me about that. I think this is one of the topics that a lot of people talk about, and a lot of people don't really know what to think about. Okay, so I'm going to give you today 6 approaches or 6 tips how to find and develop that voice. So before we start, I want to say that you have to realize that your own unique voice is already inside you, because you, with all your experiences in life, with your personal style, with the way your brain basically think about things, you're already unique. So what's going to happen? You keep playing, you keep practicing, you keep doing the stuff you're doing. Obviously, if you do it well, you know how to practice, you know what to practice, you have your own direction, maybe you have a teacher that you work with on stuff, you watch videos, you listen to music, you do a lot of stuff. Your own unique voice, sooner or later, gonna shine through, okay? A lot of people try and look for it, but technically, it's supposed to be kind of a natural process if you're really devoted to what you're doing, okay? But still there's ways to kind of enhance that, or a few ways to think about that. So I'm going to give you those things. So number 1 is basically learn the language of other people, or learn the voices of other people, okay? You want to find your own voice, it's great, okay? But in the process, you want to look at other people's voices. And if we're talking about voices, we're talking about playing, because we're talking here about music. So we're talking about listening to other people, transcribing their music, analyzing the music, feel their music, play along with their solos, and kind of learn those people's language. Because basically, think about it that way. Let's say I'm speaking English, okay? But I want to be a unique voice and express my thoughts, unique thoughts and everything in Spanish, okay? What do you think should I do? Just start expressing everything and find my unique voice before I really learn Spanish? I don't think it's going to work. I don't know anything. First of all, I learn the language before I can be who I am, okay? So same thing in music. You want to learn music, you want to study music, you want to study what people previously did with music. How did they play, okay? How does their unique voice sound, and maybe why does it sound like that? Okay, so you want to kind of learn that, okay? You can't really find your own voice if you don't do anything else in music, okay? Now, another small comment about that. You don't have to master everything before you find your own voice, okay? You can do it at the same time. So you can practice let's say, the common stuff or the fundamentals, and at the same time devote some time of your practicing to doing other stuff that you like in music, that maybe it's not part of the fundamentals, okay? It's something else. So you don't have to wait like 20 years. You can even almost from the beginning work on the stuff you have to work and learn the language of others in your style, maybe in other styles also, but also devote some time to do your own stuff, okay? You can do it at the same time, okay? Great. So number 2 is combine approaches and combine styles, and maybe also combine your heritage, okay? It means if you want to create a new style, maybe you don't need to think about it to do it like deliberately or to force it. But if you kind of have the heart for classical music and for jazz, so maybe you combine the two and kind of create your own unique voice that basically is kind of feeding from both styles, okay? In terms of heritage, maybe you are from Asia, or maybe you're from Tunisia, or maybe from Greece, or from somewhere else, and your own folk music gonna also come inside your style. Okay, if you're talking about jazz, so it can be like a kind of Greek jazz. So don't be scared to incorporate your own roots in the music. Okay, whatever style you do, kind of that can create a unique voice, definitely. Okay, and you already have it inside you if you were born in France. Okay, and you play jazz. So basically it's a different probably kind of jazz, somebody that was born in America or somebody that was born in Russia. Okay, so you already have something unique from your culture. Okay, number 3, this is one of my favorites. Practice your instrument till you are bored. Okay, think about it that way. A lot of the great inventions, okay, were basically found kind of by accident. Somebody that just, you know, did something and found something else. Sometimes in my practicing, kind of the same process happens. I'm practicing and practicing and practicing, and after, believe me, after you practice 4 or 5 hours, you all get mushed in your head, and like all of a sudden you kind of discover this something, okay, whatever it is, a way to put your hand on the guitar, a certain sound, maybe your fingers slipped and you didn't mean to do something, but then, oh wow, that was cool. Okay, if that was cool, okay, you wanna start working on whatever cool that was. Okay, if it's like another type of chord, if it's something like another way to produce sound on your instrument that kind of you discovered by mistake, just because you practice it so many hours and you're already kind of like whatever. Okay, sometimes from that situation you discover something really, really cool. Okay, so this was number 3. Number 4 is observe other instruments. Okay, another kind of way to find your own voice or develop a unique voice or unique sound is observe other instruments. Sometimes, again, if we're talking about guitar, you play guitar, so there's the typical guitar stuff that you learn, which is good. That's what I was talking about in number 1, learn other people's language from your instrument, but also from other instruments. What happens if you also observe other people playing other instruments, and you start taking those approaches and techniques to your own instrument, you're basically creating something new. Okay, for example, if you're transcribing a saxophone solo, you might find some new sounds that maybe you can't really do on the guitar. So if you find a way to imitate those sounds, okay, whether just to produce the same sound, maybe with an effect or something like that, or maybe to the fingering is not typical, like guitar and saxophone would be something different. So if you find again, only if it's something you like. Okay, if it's inside you and you hear something and say, oh, this is amazing, so that's your own sound, that's your unique sound talking from inside. So you want to take that and see how to basically put it in your playing, okay, from another instrument. Okay, if you listen to somebody playing piano and he's doing something like with 2 hands, try to imitate that on the guitar. If you like it, if it's part of your personality, just go for it, and that's going to create a new sound for you and kind of bring out your unique personality on your instrument. Okay, number 5 is basically stick with the sound you like, or a few different sounds you like, until it makes sense. And this was basically an interesting experience for me. At a certain period, I liked really playing in fourths. Okay, just like 4th intervals. So I play 2 fourths or 3 fourths or 4 fourths, and I really liked this sound. So I worked on that so hard, and I could play maybe any song and improvise only using fourths. Okay, and at that time I was in a music school, and I was doing a music school competition. It was a national competition, and the judges, they really liked me. I got to the semi-finalist, so I was the only guitar player in the semi-finalist. But in their comments, they wrote something is lacking, or it's like not complete yet. And I agree, because I was just working on that sound. And maybe it was a unique sound, so you know, it takes time to build that sound. Okay, so basically you need to keep digging what you like till it makes sense. You make sure it makes sense musically after a while. You kind of maybe the first person dealing with that sound, it takes time to actually make that happen, okay? But the next year I did the same competition. I kept practicing the same stuff, but then the judges wrote, instead of something is missing, the language is not clear, they wrote, it's really great to see a musician that's going for his own unique sound and find it, okay? So that was my lesson, basically believing in what I want to practice and believing in the sound I wanna project, even though it's like, yeah, after 1 or 2 months it sounds like nothing maybe, okay? After 1 year it sounds like something. After 3 years it sounds like music, okay? So keep that in mind, okay? Keep digging the sound till it makes sense. Don't leave it. Keep digging inside, okay? Number 6 kind of relates to the same thing. Basically, number 6 is take a small thing you like, okay, and just go deeper, dig in deeper, okay? So for example, again, if you like intervals, so take that idea and start really learning it all over the instrument, everywhere, in like all the possible combinations, and play songs only doing that. So really take this small thing, okay, and really kind of go deeper and wider. Try to kind of utilize all the options you can do it on your instrument, and that would become part of your unique sound, okay? And again, only stuff you like. If you like a sound, go for it. If you believe in it, go for it. Devote the time to develop it, okay? And then you'll sound what you want to sound like, and it would be a unique sound, okay? Great, so before we leave, I want to just thank Ellen that is helping me producing those videos for you. I also want to thank Jen that's helping me booking my students in my studio in New York. And I also want to thank Patricia for helping me booking my students worldwide, doing lessons through Skype. So guys, it wouldn't be possible without you, so I just want to thank those 3 people. Please leave me any comments or questions below this video, and I'm answering every single question personally. So now all you have to do is just dig deep inside and reveal the sound that is already inside you.